Hello everyone and welcome to Chroma Endless 2, episode 12. Today we have planets to go to and different realms to explore, so let's get started. Now we have a bit of a choice here. We can either make the Void Miner, which looks good, apart from it takes 60,000 RF per tick to run, which is quite a lot, and currently the quarry pretty much getting us all of these ores anyway, and that's running constantly, and it's only on chunk 99 of like over 1,000, so I don't feel a compelling need to make that right now. There's also the turbines and the heat exchangers, which I assume, I mean, we could probably get into them later, but I think we can make the advanced compressor from whatever this nonsense is. We've made the compressor, I'm pretty sure, so we just need to make everything else. And after a little bit of struggle, there is our advanced compressor. I did run out of power briefly because I had forgotten to put uranium in the reactor for a while. That's okay. Now we can do some, we can do rolling and extruding and compressing in this thing now. Exciting. I think we need some dash plates for this bit. Yes, it looks like it. So I guess we can start trying to make our tier 2 rocket. Okay, I've made everything for the tier 2 rocket. Whoa, and there we go, our big new rocket. So we can put it on our launch pad. I think we have enough fuel. Well, it's fueling up, so we should be good. I'm going to grab a waystone and then I guess we'll go to Mars. All fueled up and off we go to Mars. We're going to go through the whole building. Yes. Right. Oh, goodness. You're falling. Yes, space slows us down, but way too much. It's hard to see. I was trying not to crash it again so well. Slow. Okay, we're here. Hello, Mars. Nice to see you. Mars. Mars lander. Cool. So this is Mars. Did I ever make the digital? No, I didn't make the ender cell to go with my digital miner. We need to find Ostrom, which is Ostrom or Mars Ostrom ore. So I'm going to go back and get my ender cell. Okay, it's all filtered. Begin to mine for. Oh good, it's going to be nice and slow for us. Oh yes, can't I increase the range? Let me try again. Ah ha ha ha. I think that's what I've been doing wrong with the digital miner, is the range has been low. There we go. We get way more this time. Watch it be in the chunk boundary. No, okay, you can just chunk load this and we will get a bunch of Ostrom. Oh, yay, Ostrom. Can I make this even more by putting in an enrichment chamber? Yes, even better. Okay, that's Ostrom probably sorted out. Our next goal is to do the thing that we did just before on the moon, but on Mars, which requires me making another lot of Nebula extractors. That's probably going to end up being fairly expensive, which is a little annoying, but I guess it's just something we have to do. So, yes, HDP enriched iron. Right, well, let's work on the controller first while we, I'll smelt some Ostrom up as well, just so we have some to start off with. I don't actually know if we need it for what we're about to make, but at least we have it. The Gaia Guardian prediction has just made mana so much easier. Black Lotuses just fill the mana pools up so quickly compared to coal. I don't know if we actually will need a proper mana setup when I can just make these. And there is our controller for this. We still need to make everything else. I've collected most of the normal building blocks. So I guess we'll just see what else we can make. I think most of it is Ostrom, so that shouldn't be too bad because we've got plenty of that. And once again, that was incredibly annoying to build, but we've done it. We have our thing, and we are extracting, well, we should get Marsova Ignis or whatever. It's all chunk loaded, it's all good. I'll take this with me, and yeah, we can just leave that, I guess. And there we go, we've already got 4, and these will just need to be chucked into our next thing. There we go. These will cook up into, I should probably grab it before it goes in. Let's see if I click really fast, if I can grab. Yeah, I did. There we go, an enriched one. And now we should be able to make Supreme Alloy and Supreme Control Circuit. So I'll make a couple of them. 4 plus 2, I guess. Since we've been to Mars, I now get a Mars globe. Bing, 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 bing. Beautiful. I've also bit the bullet and I am going to be crafting plenty of speed and energy upgrades so that I actually can use these machines because they're so slow right now and it's unbearable. Yes, I've upgraded a few of them to different tiers for the ones that get used the most. I'll probably do all of them eventually. I just ran out of HOP, whatever it's called, and I couldn't be bothered to make any more. So yeah, for stuff like redstone, it's really essential to be quite honest. So yeah, just improving my infrastructure before we get to something horrible, which is the fusion reactor. Don't want to do the fusion reactor. Fusion reactor. It's not fusion, it's fission. Fission reactor. Fission. Does it not have a controller? Is it just an input and an output? I don't want to build this, to be quite honest with you. Oh goodness, what was that? Was it lead? Compressed lead. I am going to do this in a metal press. Okay, speed upgrades are still making. I think we may need some better CPUs actually. 4K. Can we make? We might need a new pattern. Before we get into the disaster that's befalling us, let's make ourselves a singular energy tablet, so at least the quests are caught up. Now, our power problems may be over, potentially. Not that I have anywhere to store all the power. Don't really want to make a fusion matrix right now, whatever it's called. Probably will have to, though. That's fine. Induction cell, that's what they're called, induction matrix. They're not too bad. Yeah, they're actually not too bad. It could be worse. Whatever. Moving on. So we are not going to have to worry really about power, I wouldn't imagine. We are going to have to make for antimatter, as with reclamation and lots of modern packs, a fission reactor. We are going to make a very large fission reactor like before, because why not? Go big or go home. We're going to need a lot of antimatter. We might as well. And we're going to make a turbine. And why are we going to make a turbine? To use all the steam that we get from the reactor and turn it into power, which should be good. I was going to build this in the overworld. I think I actually might build it in the mining dimension, just really far away in case it does melt down. I think that's probably going to be the best plan for this. So I'm just making a couple of 16K storage components to make one of our CPUs a little bigger, just because I have a feeling that if I'm going to make, like, I think I've got like a list of, like, it's an 18 by 18 reactor. We'll probably make ours 17 by 17 because I don't like even numbers, but that's still like, well, for slightly bigger, it's 1920 fission fuel assemblies, which is, actually I haven't even looked at the recipe for that. Fission fuel assembly. That is rather a lot of resources. Maybe I should start instead having some way to auto process ores. Maybe. I don't really have enough storage for that. We'll see. Right. To help with my mission to get enough resources, I have chucked an ultimate tier installer onto this, which wasn't actually too bad, really. It was just a sort of scandium, that was the problem. We are now also out of iron, pretty much, which is great, because we're going to need a ton of steel for the matter, not for the matter, for the turbine casing. I do believe this will be worth it. We do need a lot of antimatter. It's used, we need them for the supermassive QIO, and that's quite a lot of nested crafting. We need it for creative stuff. This anti-protonic nucleus synthesis, I don't know if we actually need that, but probably we need it to make creative power source, particle accelerator, chaotic fusion injectors, creative energy tablets, and basically just a whole lot of creative things, pretty much. So to finish the pack, eventually, we're just gonna, oh yeah, look, shard of greater mana, that's essential. Ritual for the creative mana, yeah, so it's really, use quite a lot of them. It'll be better if you can make it quickly, because this pack is also one of the more annoying ones where you but I say this as if they're not all like this, but you need 1,000 antimatter to make one, and 1,000 comes from 10 to 100,000 polonium. A million polonium. Is that worse than it normally is? Don't know. Anyway, it's we need a lot of stuff. I don't think we really have enough that much fissile fuel for any of this either, to be quite honest. I don't really know how much sulfur we have. I don't really know how to remedy any of these sort of issues. Whatever, we'll do our best. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. I've pivoted. We aren't going to make the biggest reactor. I think it's just going to be too many resources. Sorry for the fob. I have to keep changing it because I have to keep putting my spacesuit on. So I built it's an 11 by 11. I feel like we'll be able to sustain this better. I'll probably make a similar size turbine, but I'll do that after we've made this at the very least. I'm sure it'll do, to be quite honest. So yeah, I'm gonna go take everything home and then we'll be able to find out how much of everything we need. So according to my calculations, we will need 237 fission reactor casing, 369 fuel rods, 324 reactor glass, and 41 reactor control things. That seems a lot more reasonable to me than what we had. So I mean, at least that's something. I'll have to keep taking these out to see how much we actually need of each of them. But yes, that should hopefully be a little bit better. I just couldn't make the bigger one. It was just too much. We've been running this quarry for ages, and there was just simply like not even a half of the lead that we needed. Maybe just a third, if that. So yeah, I don't think it was reasonable to expect us to have any more. And we can in fact make 369 fission fuel assemblies without much issue. I will leave these in here just in case we need to recount. I'm just looking a little bit ahead. So basically, as soon as you get the fission reactor pretty much done, stage 5. Stage 6, Flux, is easy. It's those Mars things plus a bit of carbonic fluids. We get through Flux. You get into Nitro crystals, which is basically just Flux, plutonium and lutetium. Rocket, we can have the second tier void miner at this point. I probably make that instead of the first one ever. I know we'll have to make the first one to improve it, but that's fine. We'll get the quest for that anyway. Then we will get into draconium. This way we'll build our Nebula extractor as well and get Venus stars, get our cosmic alloys. Then it's just fusion reactor, which I don't know if I actually am going to need. Oh, there's package crafting for draconic evolution. That's pretty cool. Then alchemy fusion, which is the same as the fission, but you combine things instead. And then it's just another element, another rocket, another planet, some more ingredients, another nebula extractor, another star, a bit more draconic evolution, some more antimatter. Oh, you're not meant to be getting antimatter. Okay, so you apparently can't get antimatter until we get to this point anyway. So that's a bit, I mean, it's fine. We'll just suck up our plutonium. Then we get to antimatter, a bit more draconic evolution, chaos dragon. And that's basically it. And then then it's the creative items, the very end game. So really, we're getting quite through it. Stage 4 was the biggest grind. Now we're through that. It is all, apart from the antimatter stuff. Once we set this thing up, we'll be pretty good to go. I found a secret quest that lets me turn the mana and artifice mobs off. So I have turned them off because they were getting a little bit annoying, to be quite honest. They were literally just everywhere all the time and just causing havoc. A bit of trial and error, because I kind of messed up the dimensions a tiny bit. There is our reactor, and we're quite far away from the quarry. Not that far, but I mean, it's only the mining dimension. It doesn't matter too much. So yeah, I just need to chunk load this area. And, well, obviously we don't have any fuel. We are going to have some sinks. So the best way to do this is 4 outputs per sink, I think is what's normally best. So I'm going to try and figure out the best way to do that. So we'd have something like a sink here, pipe up below next to another sink with rinse and repeat with all 9 sinks that I've brought. And obviously the ultimate mechanism pipe helps with this too. I think it's just 4 outputs, yeah, because of the capacity. So this should do us all right, really. Now we have our reactor set up, we are going to need a few machines. So 2 items, or minerals I guess, that we are going to need is sulfur. Oh, this is full again. Stop being full. I don't think we'll ever need this much copper. I might just get rid of some of it because there's way too much copper. I would say like ridiculous amounts of copper in here. Anyway, so we're going to need uranium and sulfur. I don't quite actually know how much sulfur we have. It's not that much, is it? If we put it in an enrichment chamber, we get 2. That's not great, is it? We need it to make sulfuric acid. And it says item to gas, but it doesn't really show me what machine that is. So sulfur dust is the crushed version. We can also make it with coal, like we did in reclamation, which isn't particularly ideal. We're going to need some crushers anyway. I don't know if we should do it like this. We've obviously got more coal. I'm not really sure. Let's just try and do it with just the sulfur for now, maybe, and then see how it goes. And if we need to, we can supplement it with coal, maybe. Let's see, it's not got enough power. Curious. Okay, let's start off with a little bit of ore processing. So we just here have an enriching factory and a smelting factory on one side, and a crushing factory and enriching factory. We have sulfur going into the enriching factory and then into the crushing factory. We seem to already be completely through with our sulfur, which is a bit odd. I think it's just because the uranium's hogging it. Yes, we need to upgrade our other things. We should also probably sort out the fact that we are completely out of space pretty much. That would also be a good thing to do. But basically then the other way is just uranium getting enriched and then smelted. I'm going to get a couple alloys to increase this pipe. I think we need to sort this out as well somehow. Unsure what way I want to do that at this moment. We are going for it. I'm just going to replace the barrel with an empty one. That's always a good plan. Yes, and I've sped up the pipes. So now everything keeps up a bit more. And we are going to have 2 ender chests, one on either side. One will be magenta because that's our next colour in the list, I think. And one's going to be light blue. And we are going to have a basic logistical transporter, each one feeding in things so that we can put it near our reactor. So now that we have, I'm going to colour these as well while I think about it. Now we have a sulfur chest and we have a uranium chest. So now we have all of that. We need to make quite a few other machines to actually be able to produce our fissile fuel. Okay, so we have now set up our fissile fuel production, and it's actually kind of neat because of Mechanism's new-sidedness, which is nice. Yes, we are producing fissile fuel, not that fast. We'll probably stop producing it very much soon because we'll run out of sulfur, but we're not doing too badly. So let's quickly talk through this. Firstly, we have sulfur going into a chemical oxidizer, which gets us sulfur dioxide. The sulfur dioxide goes into a chemical infuser, or it did. There we go. It goes into a chemical infuser with some oxygen. The oxygen comes from a electrolytic separator, which is connected to a sink. We have a hydrogen store and an oxygen store with hydrogen, and well, both of them on dumping excess just in case, with the oxygen to get sulfur trioxide. We also have the water going into a rotary condensator to get us water vapor, which mixes with the sulfur trioxide to get sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid has decided to stop going into this. There we go. Sulfuric acid goes into a chemical dissolution chamber with some fluorite, which I set up processing for because I forgot to do it before, and that turns into hydrofluoric acid. The hydrofluoric acid then goes into the chemical infuser. Over here we have an ender chest of uranium, which goes into an enrichment chamber, which probably could do with speeding up. That goes into a chemical oxidizer. Well, it turns into yellow cake uranium, which is then turned into uranium hexafluoride, which then goes into this chemical infuser. Infuses into, it becomes uranium oxide, then it comes uranium hexafluoride in here, which then goes into an isotopic centrifuge, which then turns into fissile fuel. And yes, it's quite far away from the reactor because I didn't realize how small I could make it. So I'll do a nice long, I might change this to the input and this to the output of waste. Yes, we have an output here for steam. So I'm going to put this here on dumping excess for now until we make a turbine. We'll put the turbine over there, I suppose. So yeah, now let me just chunk load. We are making fissile fuel. Right, we're probably not making enough fissile fuel, but we can turn the reactor on. I'm going to disable the noise because it's a reactor. Yes. Oh god, that was a horrible noise. Anyway, we are making enough to keep up. We've got a very low burn rate. We'll turn it up later. Oh yes, I should probably do some redstone to make sure it doesn't explode. Oh well, we'll just leave it like this for now. It only goes to 100 degrees. That's actually not too bad. That's fine. Whatever. We are making waste. Waste goes into the isotopic centrifuge and a solar neutron activator. It should be going into both. For some reason, it seems to only be going into one, though it should have even priority. Is this right? Not quite sure what's going on here. Okay, basically we've set the reactor up. I've changed the burn rate to 1. That seems to be keeping up completely fine with water, etc., and fissile fuel. Its waste is in these pipes. Luckily there's quite a big buffer in these. I think it looks fuller than it actually is. And for some reason we're having a bit of a priority issue for some reason. I know there's like an extra pipe here. I was testing stuff. Be gone. Extra pipe. I was trying to pick it up. I forgot I had to put it in wrench mode, whatever. Okay, anyway. So basically, more spent fuel is going into the solar neutron activator than the isotopic centrifuge for literally no reason that I can see. To be quite honest, I may just have to turn that off every so often. Don't quite know why. And now it's, yeah, I mean, it's literally equal exact distance away, so I've got no idea why it's favoring that over this. But whatever, we have two PRCs here. One will take polonium, one will take plutonium if we ever make much more of it. And with the fluorite, we will get the pellet version, so plutonium and polonium pellets. This will take a while. We need 1,000 of each to actually do that, so we're just going to leave it running like this for now. It's going to be a little annoying because we do need just straight up polonium, which you can't remelt down in the future because this is what will make us antimatter, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. That's quite far off. I think it's in chapter 7. Yeah, it's in chapter 7, and we will need the pellets more now. So when that's made, it also makes some spent fuel. I don't know how much space is in a reactive waste barrel. I can only make 2. For some reason, they're expensive in this. They need the isolated compressed dash. I don't see why they should be expensive. It doesn't make any sense to me because these are like very important and sort of just useless just for storing waste. Well, not useless, but they don't do anything but store waste, which would be a problem otherwise. So it seems odd to make these expensive. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. They're expensive-ish. So I guess it's just a bit of a waiting game to get our pellets. But yeah, there we go. That's our reactor sort of set up. We're not using the steam right now. I'm sure we can do the turbine stuff in a bit. We've only got a little one. We're just dumping excess. And which one's worse, dumping or dumping excess? I think dumping excess is actually more efficient, but whatever. We'll just leave that there for now. We'll probably upgrade it in the future. But yeah, there we go. That's a fissile fuel setup for now. Let me just wait for a little bit. I've got a couple of things to do while we wait for a pellet of each so that we can actually do the quest. And then we'll be finished with stage 5. A little bit of time later, we now have 1 plutonium pellet and 1 polonium pellet. Now, I don't know really how to do this now, unless I just put this one on and then wait till it fills up or something. I don't know which ones we're going to need more imminently, to be quite honest, which would be nice. What's that? Fusion core. We will need that soon-ish. That's a Nitro reactor. Supreme. Well, that seems slightly more nitro crystals. Okay. And polonium is. It's hard to tell, really. Oh, we're not doing. Oh, it's for the wyvern stuff. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I would say plutonium is more useful. Oh, we do need a flux controller. Crystalline components. I would say this one's more useful right now, so we'll leave it on this one for now and get some plutonium pellets and see how things go. And that is the end of stage 5, which means we're now into stage 6, and we need to make some flux dust, which is actually kind of an easy recipe. We can just do a nice little... Oh, no, none of that. There we go. And this should go in the one with these things, and we should now be able to make ourselves some flux dust. Let's make a stack. Coal dust. I need to actually sort out a crusher. Oh, I can put it in the pulse grinder. Isn't that lovely? I knew I made the pulse grinder for a reason. Pulse grinder. There we go. Now we should be able to make ourselves 64 flux dust. Perfect. And there's our flux dust, which allows us to get into flux networks, which means slightly easier power. How much do I have any enderium left? Let's make loads more. Oh, diamond dust, ender pearls, grr. Well, whatever. We can now make ourselves some flux cores. Oh, a stack. That's quite a lot. That's perfect. And with these, we can make things like flux blocks, which is useful to make flux plugs. We just do that. Shouldn't take too long, you'd imagine. There we go, our flux block. And with these, we can start making things like flux plugs. Let's make one of those right now, and flux points as well. And then we can also make some flux storage, which is probably going to be quite useful. Oh, yeah, so maybe I'll do that. One plug. I don't think I have any CPUs left. A flux storage, which stores 2 million FE, which isn't the most, but it's not too bad. And finally, a flux point. We'll probably end up making quite a few of those, but here's our basic flux storage. Maybe we put it in here, there. Are you getting power? I guess I'm going to have to create a network. There we go. We're now storing energy in our flux network, and yeah, this won't store very much, but we'll just fill it in anyway. Oh, it's nice and purple. And yeah, now we have a flux plug. I mean, yeah, it's just wireless power. That's not ender cells, to be quite honest, with better, what's it called? Energy transfer. Right. Next, it is time for a new machine frame, which is the Supreme machine frame, which actually we can make. It does take a little bit of ether gas, eventually. I haven't quite figured out a good way to do the MFR crafting. It's not called Mine Factory Reloaded anymore. It's not been called Mine Factory Reloaded for years. What am I on about? But anyway, there we go. MFR crafting as I live and breathe. Take the latex out, and yeah, I'll just continue doing my slow way of doing it until we have the Supreme one. And here we go. This should be our Supreme machine frame. Yahoo! Let me just take that back. Hello, zombies. What are you doing in my house? Go away. I ran out of pattern space, so here's another molecular assembler. We can actually make one more tower. Not sure where I'd put it though, because it doesn't really have a lot of space down here anymore, but whatever. There we go. Another tower, another load of patterns. And this is a point where we need lots of lutetium, and I did try and account for this by putting a hopper pot on top of the thing, and okay, we have a little bit of lutetium. I think this is going to have to end up being a rather large thing. So yeah, we need a lot of this stuff for nitro crystals. I get 16 per block of lutetium, so it might be fine. But yes, we need a lot of lutetium. It comes from chorus fruit, so it is really easy. I don't know how much of that was from me pre-farming some, so we'll see. Might need a lot more, probably need a lot more, but that's fine, whatever, we'll get there. There we go, we've got, oh no, that's not even a block. Okay, we definitely need more hopper and bonsais. Now we have 9. I don't quite know if that's enough or not, to be quite honest. Whatever, it's better than 1. Should be 9 times faster. That's something anyway. Let me just, I don't think I need to put these all on extract. I just, it's better safe than sorry, really, because what if we did need them on extract and I just let everything not do stuff? And there we go. There we go, all on extract. So slowly but surely they grow. I assume they're not fully grown at that point. I don't know why they're all popping up like that. It looks funny. Yes, let me get more lutetium. We only need 1 more to actually be able to do what I want. What happens if I dissolve you? Chitin and beta carotene. That's in carrots, isn't it? Oh, that's probably the eye part. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, whatever. Oh, there's other stuff. Let's cook everything that's in the chest. Perfect. Right, had a bit of a channel issue for a second, but we should be able to make ourselves some nitro crystals now. It probably is going to take a little while. I'll go, oh yes, it won't pull the thing either. I was using a P2P over there that obviously had a few other channels on it, so I gave it a fresh one. So all 24 channels on the P2P are correct. Okay, that is going to take 20 million power. Goodness gracious me, that's basically all our power reserves. We definitely need to think about making this turbine. Doesn't seem to actually be draining particularly. Yes, we'll need to look at the turbine again. I kind of want to make the power reactor as well, but it did seem to do for the power quite fast. Maybe it's different if it's a higher here. Oh, thanks for the trident. I've never used a trident. Let's... Okay, it's gone. That's how it works. Yeah, so this thing is going to take a while. We now have our nitro crystals, and let me just add this to here. Perfect. And then I'll put this in here so that the crafting is unlocked. And now we've done that, apparently it's time for another space trip. So let's get to making rocket stuff again. It appears to now be time that we need to resummon the Ender Dragon. So we are going to need some... Okay, we're out of blaze powder. That's annoying. Core. Got lots of these. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just going to start with 4. I don't quite know how many times I'm going to have to do this, to be quite honest. I've made myself a crystal bow from Britannia and enchanted it. So that should be nice. So I guess let's try and give this a go and resummon the Ender Dragon. Whack it to get my... yeah, that's it. To get my model. And then I guess I'll just have to see how it goes. Here she is. Come and let me right-click you, please, Ender Dragon. No. Yes, got the data model. Now to try and not die while I do the rest of this. Well, this fight's going a lot better than the last one, I would say. Very easy. I think it's mostly my aim that's the issue. I was hitting all of them until I started recording again. She's nearly dead, though. I think I can probably whack her. Okay, maybe I can't just whack her. Yay. There we go. She's dead. I don't know how much data that got me. Okay, we need to do it one more time. I also finally got my dragon egg, because this one didn't just disappear randomly like the last one. There we go, dead again, and that should be our basic data model. Yes. And now we are just going to switch the Guardian of Gaia out with the Ender Dragon for a little bit, try and get some Ender Dragon predictions. That really wasn't actually that difficult, so that's good. We now should have our Tier 3 rocket. Yay, Tier 3. So I guess we're off to Venus. So we can go to Mercury as well. Don't quite know why. We need to find calorite ore. I need to go get my miner. I need to fuel this up a little bit more as well. I think we have... Did I leave the fuel in here? The tank? No. Do I have a spare tank? I do indeed have a spare tank. Well, we've been making rocket fuel this whole time. We have plenty. So this should be enough to get us to Venus. Right. Rocket is fueled. We are ready to go. So let's take off again. And I'll see you in space. We are on Venus. Slow down. Slow down, please. Don't go too fast. Oh dear. Is this acid rain? What is that? Is that a space village? Okay. Okay, this place hurts. I don't like that. It's like fake hurting. Oh no, it's real hurting. Can I... Ah, out of the rain. Hello, people. Are you friends? I'm just going to hide under your house for a little bit until the rain stops. Oh dear, now I'm on fire. Right, I'm in their house now. I wonder if they actually do have anything interesting. Don't break the sand, that's what gives me burning. Oh dear, or just general stuff. This isn't a very nice planet, to be quite honest with you. I don't like it. Right, I'm mining calorite, despite, I mean, I'm hurting, but I'm not taking damage. So, I mean, that's all right. It's probably... No, it's not even hurting my spacesuit, so I don't really know what's going on there. Oh no, now I'm taking damage. Oh, let me just chunk load this, and we'll leave this here, and we'll go home. And there's our calorite ingot. This is going to be so annoying, because I think for one of the next bits, we are going to have to, yes, make the stupid Nebula thing. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, and this is the void miner, which uses 500,000 FE per tick, so maybe we're going to have to make this and set up a turbine next. Nextly, we need to make a thermospiritium ingot, which is spirited crystals, calorite, and frost steel. And frost steel comes from the Undergarden. I'm just trying to mine some. I haven't found any yet. I'm going to go after this set. Look at all this regalium that we missed before. I'm not having the config right, but that doesn't matter. We're going to go find a frost field, and I'm going to try and mine that. I don't think we've found one. I guess I'm just going to have to run around for a little bit and see what I can find. If I click shift, am I going faster, or is it just extra fov? Can't tell. Luckily for me, the Nature's Compass works in the Undergarden, so it'll tell me exactly where it is. And here we are, mining lots of things. Can I have speed upgrades in here yet? No, not really. That's fine. Aha! Frost steel, perfect. Yeah, this might take a while. Something used all my power. No idea what it was. Maybe we need the turbine a bit quicker than everything else, to be quite honest. And a little bit of crafting later. We can now make ourselves a nitro energizing rod, which should hopefully make making things of the energizing orb that bit faster. I've also got it hooked up to a flux point, which is hooked up to the blazing cell in the other dimension, just so we have a bit more throughput. So it's going to take most of our buffer up, just filling the stupid rod up. And there is our model turbine, which is a lot of different parts and stuff, which is a little annoying. So I guess this is going to be a bit of a pain to build, but let's hope I can remember what all of the bits and bobs are. Come here, cobblestone. I don't want you to interfere with my counting. Yay. Okay, well, I set up my turbine, and it's not the turbine's fault. I just do not have a very high steam production rate. That's fine. Yes, they are right next to each other because apparently this improves the flow. So whatever. We did, however, have a bit of a backlog of power. I actually don't know where all of that's going. That's a bit worrying. I did make an ultimate energy cube. It filled up instantly. Is this just... Oh, I know. There we go, that's better. Oh no, I don't want input and output on the right. That can just be output because everything else can be input. There we go. That's why it was going down, because I turned off the input. Okay, that was me being stupid. Whatever. I need to put a few more cells in here so it fills up. But we've got a nitro energy cell, hopefully, to feed from this. So we should be all right. I know we're not really producing that much, but it should be okay. And now we've done that, I can make myself some thermobericium. Obviously, oh yes, obviously it won't work because I haven't filtered it. Classic. Is it? Oh, well, it did make it though, so it mustn't take too long. Let's have a look. Oh, it's only 100,000. Oh, that's really fast. Lovely. Now we have our 2 ways to go. I still feel as though I will definitely not be able to power the void miner. I'm pretty sure it's the only way we can get draconium. Yeah, 500,000 FE per tick is quite a lot of FE per tick. Maybe I'll need to build a big reactor. Unsure. I think maybe we just need to get the steam turbine up and running a bit better. So I guess we're going to make the void miner, and I think everything from it requires the first one, which we didn't make. Yes. So I'll guess, I mean, I don't really need that quest. So I guess I'll just make this and put all the recipes in, which may take a minute. Before we begin, we are going to have to go back to stage 5 because we need to go to Alfheim through the Alfheim portal. So firstly, we need to get the blood of Kvasir. Oh dear, we need a wandering trader. That's annoying. Come back, wandering trader. I'll make myself a nice little mob imprisonment tool in case he appears again. He's always around when you don't want him, and then as soon as you need him, he disappears again. So, do I have any Gaia? Yes, prediction's good. I'll collect everything we need, and hopefully he spawns while we wait. Oh, I need to get another one of these, which I think means I need to kill Thingy-mabob again. Right. Yes, Ring of Odin, finally. Okay, I've just had a bit of brainstorming, and we've been threefold difficult. I've figured out a way to switch these machines from getting the nuclear waste. So it will automatically prioritize the solar neutron activator if the pipe's attached for some reason. So you can configure these to have like redstone input. So we have a timer here that goes off every second, every minute, and this create pulse extender which lasts 30 seconds. So every minute this will pulse and this will emit a redstone signal for 30 seconds, stopping this pipe being connected. After 30 seconds this turns off, allowing more nuclear waste to go into the solar neutron activator, and then in another 30 seconds, because this is on for a minute, it will pulse again. So that should work. I haven't yet to see it pulse the second time, however, because I'm lazy and can't be bothered to wait, but it should be working, I think. If anything, we've got a lot of plutonium in case it doesn't, but yeah, it seems to be going well. And we're not really backing up on a lot of nuclear waste either, which is good. So yeah, that should fix the system a little bit. I've made myself a wandering trader rug. Hopefully he spawns there soon. I have now got everything, and we just need to wait for the wandering trader. Oh, I'm gonna need a honey bottle. I actually don't know if I have any honey. I don't think I've ever even seen a bee. Honey. Yes, I have never seen a bee. I don't even know. Is there even a quest for bees? Bee prediction? No. Bee. Honey. Honey craft. Honey bottle? Oh, that's me making a honey bottle. Right, I've been traveling. Ah! Bees. I found a beehive that was full in a village. I can't find the waystone though. Oh, there's another bees. Bees are mean, aren't they? I'm going to put the rug here, so hopefully the wandering trader will come soon. Right, it actually didn't take too long. I killed his llamas. I put his rug in a hole as well, and he's in the hole, so that should be fine. Let me just chuck everything else in, and... Oh, he's dead. Whoops. And this should give us our blood of so-and-so. I'm glad that thing was in it, because it would have been so hard to get him otherwise. I did try and pick him up with the mob imprisonment tool. It doesn't work. Oh, I got all my runes back. We mix this blood with our honey and we get the mead of something or other. I think we drink it. As you drink, you feel how the world... I can't read. You feel how you suddenly gain the ability to talk in any language using the 9 worlds. Okay, so now we can go for the portal, I think. Right, let's do something that normally you can't do, which is go to Alfheim, which is fun. I do like this. It's very green and swirly. We are in Alfheim. Oh, let me just do a little portal waypoint here, so we know where we are. Wow, this is Alfheim then. That's a lot of wheat. What's this? A petal apothecary. Everything's made of living rock. This place is cool. Pigs, not cows. We need one thing in particular, which is... Where are we? The dream cherry. I assume it's around here somewhere. They look like dream trees, potentially. Hello. You give me dreamwood twigs. Okay, that's not a cherry. I don't even know if these drop cherries, to be quite honest. I guess I'll just run around for a bit. It is very nice here. I like it. There's lots of pedestals and stuff. And salt. Interesting. Aha! Dream cherries. Oh, they are quite good actually for 5-course meal. Right, we need 4 of them, so let's not eat any more. Oh, hello, witches. Yes, I did bring this rod with me. I thought it would be useful. It is. So I guess I'm just going to have to go and get a few more leaves off everything. Right, I have 6. We can go home now. I stepped a little bit too close to the Alfheim portal when I was chucking things in. So I just need to go through... Oh, is it a bit green still? I can't tell. Oh well, it cancelled, I think. I need to make some elf steel. Oh, there was silicon paste left here. I can see slight shimmering on the screen, and I haven't been through the portal again. I think I'm going to have to just go back to Alfheim to clear it. Yeah, I can sort of see, like, especially in the top left. That's weird. Okay, I'll wait for this to make, and then I'll disappear again into Alfheim. That's such a weird bug. Now, we should be able to make ourselves a tier 1 void miner fairly easily, actually. Yeah, that's not too bad. I will have to go and make this myself, but that's fine. It actually was less expensive than it looked. And this should be, there we go, 1 tier 1 void miner controller. So this is everything for the tier 1. So we've got the quest, not that it really matters. And now we have that. We have a little bit of a head start on tier 2. Not the laser core. Where is the... I haven't put it in. That's why we switch these over. We don't really need the tier 1 anymore. So now we can get a... Here we go. This, which we've mostly got everything for, actually. And here should be our tier 2 miner control thing. Mind control? Mind control thing. Who knows what I'm on about? There we go. We are struggling a little bit with lutetium. We've got a fair bit. I was just waiting for it to process more than anything. No, we have a problem with it. That's a shame. It's because I've stolen this for some dragon breath, but we'll switch back to chorus for now. That's a bit of a pain, so I guess I just need to wait for that. Right, we do not have enough lutetium or whatever, so let's make sure we have enough by making a very large system for it. So we'll have cellulose in one, lutetium in the other. We will have some logistical transporters, and we will set them to go. And hopefully, this one will have a void upgrade in. We shall have enough lutetium. Now, it's very large, isn't it? Oh, that makes me want to make a periodic table. So yes, now we should get enough lutetium because we have like absolute tons. We've got 64 cores being grown up here. So if that's not enough to at least let this work absolutely constantly, I don't know what is. We could probably do with another dissolver, but whatever. Yeah, look, we've already got almost 2 ingots. We need like 100 and something. So it was this or be sad, to be quite honest. So yeah. Well, the more pertinent issue, we need 11 plutonium. We have 2. And we're not making it very fast, but this is about all we can sustain right now. So that's good. So I AFK'd overnight. I have been mining netherite for a long time as well. We finally have everything that we need to be able to craft ourselves the tier 2 miner. So I'm just going to set it up over here, because why not? And yeah. Ta-da! 1 void ore miner. Woohoo! We've made it. It was annoying to make, but it wasn't too bad. There must be a way to automatically make the multi-block things I just don't know about. But there we go. 1 tier 2 miner. And that's 500,000 FE per tick. So we need to find a way to power this. However, that's going to have to wait until the next episode. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.